Hi, is this better? Yeah, is this better?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Much better. Much better. All right,
Perfect.
so where? All right, amazing.
I'm so sorry for the technical glitch.
That is okay. That's all right. Not a problem. So we were talking about, what exactly women face. What are the challenges that they face? Uh, yeah. So lack of support is one thing. Lack of resources. They feel that they don't have enough skills, and alongside that, one thing like lack of self-belief, lack of confidence. There's another thing which they kind of go through is that fear of failure. What if I fail? Fear
Hmm.
of taking risk.
Hmm.
Why should I? How will I be able to cope up if in case I fail? What happens if I fail? And so there's
Hmm.
constant these fears which kind of stops them, and that's why probably they're not able to take steps.
Hmm.
Yeah.
True. This the thing about the fear of failure, like you said that male counterparts generally have less of that fear, and females have more of that fear. That what if I fail, and what if I don't sound settled down at the right age and the right time and all of those things. But yeah, like it's absolutely amusing to listen to you when you tell us that you have failed multiple times and how where you are today, that their failure is not the definition or the end to something, and it's just the belief that you keep going on. So thank you so much for
Absolutely.
being so inspirational. uh,
You're most welcome. It's my pleasure. I
uh,
love doing this. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you so much. Why do you think are women entrepreneurs an important aspect of economic as well as social development?
Brilliant question. We consist about 50% of the world. Male counterpart is 50%. We're like 50-50 equal. So what stops us from actually going ahead and taking the role, big leadership roles? Let's say, at the executive levels, the hierarchy of an organization, the top level, the top management. Why is that we find less women? And even for that matter, in businesses, there's about 13.5 million, I believe, in India, women entrepreneurs, and 50 million, male entrepreneurs in India. So look at the difference. It's
Yes.
13.5 and 50 million. And when you talk about 13.5, in that I've seen that we mostly, women, either it'll be inherited because they're not encouraged. Some of them will be inherited, and some would go with a really micro small enterprises, running really, really small enterprises. So why is there a disparity? Now, women should be, I would love to see a world where there is 50-50, 50% women taking over entrepreneurship like men. So women, are emotionally intelligent. There are so many studies which shows that, I remember this quote of Margaret Thatcher. I've also mentioned in my book, which is called Breakfree. It's available on Amazon, and that again describes my journey. So that's a beautiful quote where she says that if a woman knows how to manage the household, she is capable enough to run a country. If a woman can actually manage household, she's capable enough to run a country. So what stops women from actually becoming entrepreneurs or actually taking the company, or taking their business to another level and employing more and more people? They're emotionally intelligent. Studies have proved it over and over again. The empathy factor, the kindness, the understanding is so much more in women compared to men. And that study which says, I don't say that, even though working with thousands of people, with men and women, and despite this is the fact. Now, the best example to share with you would be, look at the situation of COVID-19. Look at the countries which are actually COVID free. Look at that New Zealand, Jacinda Ardern, right? The Prime Minister. She's done such a beautiful
Right.
work. Yeah. You talk about New Zealand, either directly or indirectly, are doing extremely well when they're COVID free, and they're doing so well. So it's again proved. It's proved time and again. So we don't need proofs. We don't need people to tell us, you know what, you're powerful, or you need motivation, you need empowerment. You don't need it. You already have it. All you need is a little bit of support from your family. Because we as human beings, I would say, not just men or women, we as human beings, we love to be with people. We are social animals. We love to be with people. And the moment we feel that, you know, we don't have people around us, or there are people who are neglecting us, people who don't like us, rejection, fear of rejection, everything crops up and we don't like it. So in fear of that, we will give up the best and the best of we have. Because that's the fear that we go through, because we don't want to be left alone. We don't want to be rejected. We don't want to be neglected. So what do? We go with the herd, we go with the crowd, right? And that's exactly what most of us end up doing, especially when it comes to women. They like to be with people. They like to, you know, take care of everybody. So they choose the priority. They're choosing the professional life over their personal life, or sometimes they're choosing personal life over the professional life. The reason why 13.5 million women entrepreneurs are there in India and 50 million women entrepreneurs are there in, male entrepreneurs are there in India is because women are choosing personal life over and over again. It's just a choice. It's a preference that they're doing. In fact, there's another study which shows that, 1/3 of women who are in the leading position, top position, management or entrepreneurs have kids, 1/3 of them. And, there are 3/4 of men, top position entrepreneurs who have kids. So look at the disparity again. There's 3/4 of men who have kids. There's 1/4 of women. So again, there's clearly a choice. So what exactly are we choosing over and over again? We're choosing our personal life over professional life, and hence there is a disparity.
Yeah. There is this meme that has been going around after Virat Kohli and Anushka Sharma have announced their baby, that Virat Kohli should now leave his career because it's a devastating choice. Now I think he should leave the captaincy. And you know how this is it's a mockery. It's like a subtle kind of taunt, how women are expected to leave their jobs and like just, leave all their roles and just focus on the baby and focus on the entire process and all of those things. And and it just sounds ridiculous when it is about a man, any man. And when it is about a woman, it is just kind of expected that this is how it is supposed to be. It does not sound as ridiculous. It sounds normal.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Someone also pointed out right now.
Oh, somebody did? Okay. Are there any questions that we should take up?
Yeah.
I think that there's Rishika who says it's just sad that people tend to look at this emotional intelligence as a drawback for women when it comes to professional spaces. It is, but then, things are changing. And if you hear the best of the leaders today, they talk about empathy, they talk about kindness, they talk about love, they talk about all of these aspects, emotional aspects, when it comes to leadership. And most of the leaders are adapting that concept. They need to have empathy, they need to have kindness, they need to have understanding. So it is changing. It's changing.
What are the policy initiatives that have been taken to encourage more women to become entrepreneurs? I mean, just like some insight on it.
Yeah, so there are a lot of policies in India as well. While I was working with women entrepreneurs, and I still do. So there are a couple of other, there's a Mudra fund which you can go with. That's from the government. Then we have from a couple of banks. Like there's a Dana scheme from Dana Bank. Then there is a couple of others. There's like a lot of them. There's one called TREAD, which is for counseling, services, coaching, all of that. If you want to go ahead and take that up, and all of this information is available on Google itself. You can go ahead. 3 of this, which I remember. Mudra, you can go for. TREAD, you can go for, which is coaching and counseling. They give you a loan amount ranging from 50,000 to 50 lakhs. So there are a lot of, from 50,000 to 50 lakhs. And if you are into small and micro, enterprises, sometimes if you just want from 50,000 to 10 lakhs, you don't need a collateral as well. So up till 10 lakhs, there's no collateral. After 10 lakhs, you do need to give some collateral. There are about, I'd say, a lot of them, more than 10 plus schemes for women entrepreneurs they can avail from different banks. There's from Punjab National Bank, from I think so IDBI, from Dana Bank, from the government itself. There's a lot of these policies which can help you to get funding, because funding again is resources, and funding is a huge challenge for women entrepreneurs. So these are
like
couple
you
of
said,
them
the capital.
Capital is required, Disha. Now let's say now the world is changing now because of COVID. Everybody is going online. Now when you go online, even then you don't need much of capital. You can start with something as simple as if you have enough skill and you master a skill, you can go ahead, use that skill and earn money online and become a freelancer, start your online business. You can start with as simple as 25,000 to 50,000, and you can actually build up your company. You know what? Sometimes people think that you really have to go aggressive when it comes to business. You really have to, go really big. Well, that's not true. I mean, look, your journey, your life is as such that anything can happen any moment. The best part is that how are you taking each day of your life? Even if you make this little progress, it is so much important than making no progress. So especially for women entrepreneurs, don't try and go aggressive all of a sudden. You can scale up. You can scale up when required, but not initially. So when you talk about funding and when you talk about, I always say when I do my seminars, when I do my coaching, my webinars, and I speak to not only women, but men also, and they have this barrier which they say that, you know what, I don't have the money, so I can't start up my business. And I say, look, when I started my business, I absolutely had no money because I had saved up everything. I put my money into my business failed, and then I restarted everything again. So, and I didn't really have much support, to be very honest with you. So, it's just that matter of fact that for you to go ahead and get that start, do you really, really want to do it? What is your choice? What is your preference? What is that you really, really want to choose? That is what's more important. You can start with as little as 10,000, 20,000, 50,000. You can arrange that money. There are banks giving you loans. So what's the excuse?
Absolutely, yeah. This is very important takeaway that we don't need to scale up initially at the same, like just when you start off. You can scale up with time and take baby steps.
Absolutely.
It's very important. Very,
very important. Yeah, absolutely. Very important. So most often, we get fixed into this thinking thought process, like, I really want to do big. It's good. You will do big, but entrepreneurship is like a journey. It is, and it's very challenging. Trust me when I say that it is challenging. You have to make your choices. You have to make sure you take enough risk, because if you're not taking enough risk, then there's no point of you even becoming an entrepreneur. You have to make decisions like this, and you got to master each skill. When I was 6 years old, I had no idea. I did my first business at the age of 6, and I made money, and I was so happy. Just the joy of me making money, and that was my first achievement. I'm like, yay, I made some money. And I was so happy about that fact, but that I was just a child. But then later on, I realized when I actually stepped into this entrepreneurship, this journey, and I realized that it is really not that easy. I mean, it is an entire, I would say, your life itself, is like your business. It's like, I can't really differentiate between my life and between my business. It is that much evolving. It is, you need to really put in your all. You need to, because look, you take one step, you achieve success, and there's more, and there's more, and there's more. Why? Now, there's a couple of factors for entrepreneurs to remember, very important. I want to share that with you, because I've worked with entrepreneurs who would only want to make money. Very important. Do not do business if you just want to make money. You will not be able to sustain. You want to be financially free? Yes, do the business, but don't do the business for money. Because if you want to do the business for money, you will fail miserably. And when you fail, it's going to be very hard for you to actually bounce back. It'll be very, very hard. So, I coach entrepreneurs and I make sure I actually instill this into them. I literally, put this into them. Look, there are a couple of things that you need to work for. When you work for giving value to people, when you're working to give, value to your customers and making sure you're delivering more and you have a long-term goal, entrepreneurship is not for people. It's not for quick money. It's not a short-term destination that you do a business in a year or two. In fact, 1 to 5 years is your testing period. That's your starter base. Yeah. So we have pre-startup, then we have post-startup, and then after that is like 5 to 10 years, and then so on. How do you actually do? But your first 5 years is going to be very, very challenging. About 90%, 95%, 95% of businesses fail in the first 5 years. Some fail even within 2 years and they collapse. And I personally have gone through that. So if you're playing this and if you're being in this game of doing businesses and you just want to make money, that's a very, very bad idea. So you got to be there. Why? Because you want to support people. You want to give value. You want to add value to the society, to the people. Make that change in someone's life. Yeah.
Risk-taking, persistence, and the idea beyond money, I think, is very important. The important points that you just mentioned.
Absolutely.
I don't know if it is safe to ask this question, but we will definitely have a post-COVID time, though it's uncertain when will we have that. But what would be some of the strategies as women entrepreneurs, how to cope with mental health and coping mechanisms with emotions, etc., post-COVID strategy, something on those lines, ma'am?
Yeah. Thank you so much for asking that, Disha. Emotions actually play a huge, huge role. I remember interviewing Dr. John Demartini. He's been into this human development and he's a, human behavior specialist for the past 40 years. And so, like I mentioned, he's authored 40 books and he's impacted billions of people and showed them the way. And when I asked him about the same question, and I was on this entire quest of what exactly how this works, I personally have gone through a lot of, emotions. I feel I am a very much heart person. And, initially when I started out my business, I do have to use a lot of my mind. So when I'm actually, it's a combination of both. Now, how do you balance both? So most often, not only women entrepreneurs, but even entrepreneurs in general go through a massive challenge when it comes to, emotions, a huge, and being emotional is just detrimental to your growth, to your success, or to your business. And women face this often. Why? More than what male counterparts do. Why? There's a simple reason, is because that's the way they are wired. They are emotionally intelligent. They feel a lot. They are extremely intuitive. They do sense and, they can understand most of it. On the contrary, when an incident happened and you see maybe your brother or maybe, your partner or your father, and they wouldn't really care about it. It's like this and they're just gone. But women would actually sit with it and think, how did this happen? Why did this happen? Why is this happening? We just go really, really deep into something, anything that really happens in our life, be it good, be it bad. So very simple. So when you are going through these turmoils, when you're going through the challenges of life or in your business, simple as that. I explain this with an example. So there are two zones, right? So one zone is called a zombie zone. The other one is called a growth zone. Okay, growth or success, that's the zone. So I ask people, now you're feeling like crap, right? You're feeling sad, you're feeling depressed, you're feeling negative. You're thinking, why are people doing this to me? Why is this happening to me? Why is my company not growing? What on earth have I done? And you just go into that same loop. It just goes on and on and on. It's all the negative. And then you do have an access to the growth zone, the zone where there's a lot of success, there's a lot of excitement, happiness, love. There's all the good emotions and you have an access to it. But at that moment, you don't want to grab that. You don't want to get access to this zone. Why? It's simple. It's upon us. A simple perspective can make wonders. A shift in your perspective. I remember reading about this, and I read Mel Robbins' book, which is 5-Second Rule. And she mentions this simple trick, 5-second rule. You know about that, right? So when you're going through that emotional turmoil, just think about this. There are a couple of questions which you need to ask. I'm going to share that with you. But what she suggests is the 5-second rule. Close your eyes, count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you close your eyes, count, do that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and just open and see. When I actually come back, do it. You know, you will actually feel the difference. You will feel the difference. So that is an amazing trick. When you are going through this emotional stress or turmoil or challenges, what exactly you need to ask yourself first and foremost is, whatever I'm going through, what caused this? Is this someone's behavior or is this my behavior? What caused this? Why am I feeling this way? Yeah. Ask this question. What I'm feeling right now, will this matter in a year? Will this matter in the next 5 years? And most often your answer will be no, because I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. It's so uncertain. You don't know how long, we don't know how long our life's going to be like. So will that actually matter? It will not matter. So these are very interesting questions which you can actually ask yourself when your perspective changes like this. And the best thing, when you're going through all of that stress, when you ask these questions, go for a run, go for a walk, change your state. Change your state. Yes. Immediately you will find so much your attention and your focus shifts completely. So when you talk about emotions, I'm going to put this across. I hope you're not taking up much time.
We have time. We have
okay.
We have 1-2 more minutes on this,
Okay, amazing. So there's a couple of things. So I call these emotional tanks that you have, right? These emotional tanks like sadness, sorrow, misery, happiness, love, gratitude, joy, and all of that. You have tanks like in your head. Now it's just a matter of accessing it, all right? Now, sometimes we feel so unhappy, we feel so stressed out, we feel so distressed. And in that moment, you're just filling up your tank of negativity. You're filling that up. And what's happening to your good, the joyful, the happy, the positive tank? It reduces. So now you have to make a decision. You have to make a choice. Which one do you want to choose? Do you want to choose this to be filled up, or do you want to choose this one to be filled up? And I would rather choose the positive one to be filled up, because this is what gives me the energy. This is what gives me the kick to keep going, because I need to go ahead. My work demands me to do it. My work demands me to meet people. My work demands me to impact them. To even, it's so amazing, Disha. I started this journey, and even before that, I have been counseling and coaching women, and I've been into this. I've been researching about human beings, psychology, doing all of that because my interest lies in that. I never thought I'll be able to become a coach or work with people and work on their mindset and change their life drastically. It's so amazing when people actually attend my seminars, my webinars, and I get emails and I get messages on how their life changed with that conversation. That one perspective, that one conversation changes their life. Now, I can't afford to be in this zone. That's the purpose of my life, and that's what I choose. All right.
Yeah. So, thank you so much. This is like all the positivity together, and it gave me personally so much power when I thought about that you have the access to the growth zone, and there is the zombie zone which you need to be cognizant of the fact that there is a zombie zone, and okay, I need to go and access. This is all in my control.
Yes.
I think that's beautiful when you have access to that. Absolutely. Okay, so the last question is what approach should women entrepreneurs take to bring their business back on track after COVID?
Amazing. Currently, all of us are probably going through a really, really difficult time. Most businesses are suffering. And most importantly, what we should do, a couple of things I'm going to share with you. First, for women, if you don't have anybody in your life, you don't find support, you're not finding anybody, find the support, find mentors, people who can actually guide you, show you the way. Do that. Yeah. Improve on a skill that is individual to you and which you are good at. On my YouTube channel, I keep sharing a couple of videos here and there, and I did mention about how women can start up 10 different business ideas, absolutely with no money, less money, and there are 10 different business ideas. They can start up and they can experience the joy of being an entrepreneur. That gives you so much of power, Disha. So, I've shared that. You guys might, if you guys want to go check that out, go check it out. You'll find a lot of insights. So do that. Improve upon a skill. Work upon a skill. Find a mentor, and a coach. Most importantly, the third and the most important one is before that, switch your business online if you still haven't, because online is going to be here forever. It's going to be the world where people will access everything online. Now, today, you can get any stuff that you buy on a click of your phone. You can get food delivered to you. You can get everything delivered to you just a click of your phone. That's how the world is going to run. To take your business online, get support, get help, do that. And the last and the most important one, which I cannot emphasize the importance of, is do not miss you from you. Okay, let me repeat this. Do not miss you from you. Most often, what we end up doing is that we give importance to everybody else in our life. We give importance to everything else in our life. The self-worth, the meter, it keeps dropping. It keeps dropping to an extent that we don't feel worthy enough to do anything in our life. It's the most important reason being is because we are not valuing ourselves. There's nobody to be blamed. You can blame the society, you can blame the government, you can blame the people, you can blame everything. You can blame God and tell, why God, why is this happening with me? But end of the day, what the most important thing is that it lies with you. And if you are not taking care of yourself, if you are not including you in your life, if you are giving away your power to somebody else, you are going to lose miserably. And nobody's going to come save you. Trust me when I say that, because this is your challenge. This is your challenge. So most importantly, invest in yourself. Go for courses. Work on your mindset. Work with people who are really out there, who inspire you. Be in contact with them. I mean, it gives you so much of energy, and find the reason why you want to become an entrepreneur. I keep emphasizing this. Most entrepreneurs start businesses without an idea. What is that they're going to do? Why are they going to do it? So find that. Why do you want to become an entrepreneur? What is that you really, really want to contribute to the world? What is that you really, really want to do for the people? That's it. Find your why. Work on yourself, and build businesses, and don't miss yourself. I mean, this is very important.
Thank you so much. It was so motivating to listen to you. It's the best part about everything that you said is that you gave the control of everything on oneself. Like you said, that we can blame everybody and anybody, even God. And then eventually that's not going to help till we don't take initiative and work on ourselves.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for everything. It was wonderful having you.
Most welcome. I love meeting you. Thank you so much. And I wish this reaches a lot many people, so that, even if it impacts one person, my work is done. That's what I look for every day. That's what I wake up to every day. How is that I can inspire more people? How is that I can add value to people's life? And this is a huge opportunity. Thank you so much for doing that for me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. You guys take care. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure having you.
Same here.
Thank you.
Thank you.